Hey guys, so in this video we're going to review rounding. As you can see here, there's a worksheet where they give you a number and then they tell you where they want you to round it to. Alright, so before we actually start rounding, I want us to review the place value chart. So if you take a look right here, it says ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. This chart is really important to remember because it helps you locate the specific digit that they're asking you to round. So let's take a look at the problem number 1. It says round 168,356 to the nearest 10,000. So let me rewrite that here, nearest 10,000. Let me remind myself. And the digits are 168,356. Okay, great. So in the 10,000s place, we have the 6. And when I'm rounding, what helps me figure out what this rounds to is the digit to the right. So that would be the 8 here. And when I'm looking at the circled digit, I have to ask myself, is it 5 or higher, or is it 4 or lower? So in this case, because it's an 8, it's 5 or higher. So I'm going to round up. That means the underlying digit is going to go up. So that means the 6 becomes a 7. Everything behind it is zeros. And then don't forget, the 1 here, nothing happened to it. So we're going to bring it right back down. Alright? So 168,356 rounds to 170,000. We'll try a couple of problems together. Okay? Let me just erase this. And we're going to take a look at the next problem. Number 2, it says round 446,221 to the nearest 10. So let me write that down. Nearest 10, 446,221. So I'm going to underline the 10's place value right here, which is a 2, and I'm going to circle the 1, and again I'm looking at the rules here. The 1 is 4 or lower, so that means the underlying digit, the 2, stays the same. So 2 stays the same, and that becomes a 0. Now, a common mistake is that a lot of students will actually say, okay, I'm done, and they forgot all about all of these digits. Well, let's ask ourselves, does it even make sense? How do we get from 446,221, a really big number, and how do we round all the way down to 20? Is that reasonable? No. So don't forget, nothing happened to these. You are going to bring them right back down. So the answer, this looks much more reasonable. This is 446,220. Okay? So let's try a few more together and see if you got the hang of it. Alright. Number 3. Round 45,122 to the nearest 10,000. Okay. 10,000. 45,122. Alright. So, you take a moment and you try it out. Okay, so let's try this together. 10,000, meaning you underline the 4, and the number that's going to help you decide what happens to the 4 is the 5, so we circle it. So if we take a look at the rules, 5 or higher, round up. So the 4 becomes a 5, everything behind it becomes zeros. Did you get that? Alright, let's try one more problem together. Let me just erase this, and we're going to do one more problem together. Okay? Let's do number 4. Round 7,782 to the nearest 100. Let me write that down. Nearest 100. $7,782. Okay, try this one. Alright, so in this one, nearest 100, I'm going to underline the 100, which is the 7. And I'm going to look right next to it. I have the 8. So again, I'm looking here. It says 5 or higher, round up. And because it is 5 or higher, I will be rounding up. So the 7 will change and the 7 will become 8. Everything behind it will become zeros. And the most important thing, the 7 in the thousands place, nothing happened to it. So make sure you bring it back down. Okay? Did you get that? If you don't understand, definitely ask your teacher again just to go over it in person. Okay?